So yeah, your mid-back or your thoracic mobility, it's a pretty big deal. Unlocking this area can be a game changer for people. It can be a linchpin for really helping you get past that injury. It's safe to say that if you don't have good or optimal thoracic mobility, that you're putting yourself at risk for injury. And at best, you've got an inefficient system with force leaks and compensations. So when talking about a lot of these concepts of mobility and stability and what's optimized, what's not, I always like to refer people to Michael Boyle's model. It's this joint by joint approach, and to make it painfully simple, it essentially says that if you're immobile in areas that you're supposed to be mobile in, or if you're unstable in areas that you're supposed to be stable in, you're putting yourself at risk for future injury. And so if we kind of zoom in a little bit, and we see like those hips, they're supposed to be pretty mobile. Lumbar spine, lower back supposed to be fairly stable. Thoracic spine supposed to be pretty mobile. Shoulder blade stable. So it's like it kind of stacks one on top of another, and so it's pretty important. So like if you lack good mobility in your thoracic spine, your body then has to compensate upstream or downstream. And so if the back isn't moving, maybe the shoulders get the brunt of the force or the movement that you're trying to do, or your lower back. And so this puts undue stress on the system, and that's not good. And a lot of us walk around with these compensations, or I'll call them inefficiencies, all the time, and they stay right there. When I typically see people in my offices, it's because these inefficiencies have led to incidences, right? So it might be, hey, after I'm done running, my hips and low back is kind of sore, or every time after I bench press, I feel my elbows flare. So like little incidences, or pop some Advil, whatever, goes away. But then these incidences, they turn into injuries. And when you're hurt, when you're not feeling good, you start to move differently. So then you compensate more. So pretty soon you get in this cycle of movement compensations, movement inefficiencies, lead to incidences, lead to injury. And we have to break people out of these cycles. And so one of the things, and the reason for this video, is I wanted to show you some of my favorite drills to unlock the thoracic spine. So this first one right here, just a foam roller. This is something y'all probably seen before. I spend a couple of minutes focusing on hitting the mid-back, opening up those joints, get some good pops and good blood flow in there. There's a spot that I'm really feeling. I might kind of hang out there for a minute, maybe deal with some long exhales, just to open things up before we get moving. The second one right here is called open book. It's pretty popular in the physical therapy realm. Pretty self-explanatory, but I do like that bolster under the knee. What that does, it helps to stabilize the hips so that you're getting pure thoracic motion out of that. So next one, moving up to your hands and knees, thoracic rotation. I'm not too worried about the hand placement. You see some people that put it on the back of their head. Some people it kind of goes up and out in space, like the thread the needle exercise. I do like the elbow extended in that end position. I feel like it gives a little bit of an extra oomph, if you will, to the stretch. Some people don't have full or great range of motion. They can't actively complete that range of motion. And so this band addition to that thoracic rotation stretch is super helpful. It shows you here how to set that up. Maybe hang out a little bit in that end range. So instead of hitting that end range and bouncing back, hang out there, do some long exhales. You also get a great anterior shoulder, pec, bicep stretch with this exercise. This one right here is quick and easy. It's my personal go-to. You really want to make sure that lower body is nice and stable. Right, so if it's moving with your body, you're not getting the most benefit as you can out of the movement. And so all in all, thoracic mobility is pretty important. It can help, with your low back pain. It can help with hip pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, headaches. It can help with a ton of different things. That's what we're calling it, like the linchpin to your success or the linchpin to your optimization oftentimes. And so This list is not exhaustive. There's a million different exercises that you can do to promote good thoracic mobility. This is just a few of them. Find maybe one or two of them that really opens you up, that gets you moving well, because we're all different. And stick to those. Sprinkle those in your warm ups, sprinkle those in for your cool downs. Just really get that spine moving. It's very much worth the time and the energy to pursue optimized movement in this category.